take. V2. Positive climb.
Yeah. Contact Heathrow radar 13.
She's brought cities together, brought people closer, and reminded us all that we can do extraordinary things.
Stop! Sonne! Ja!
Ladies and gentlemen, we're through Mach 1, the speed of sound, no bumps, no bangs, Concorde.
There's the view of New York from the Triborough Bridge, there's the Sydney Opera House, and there's Concorde, arguably the three most beautiful man-made sights in the world.
People, maybe more. Concorde and the red arrows fill the sky.
We flew down the Mall and you could see Her Majesty standing on the balcony.
The most brilliant example of far-sighted designers, thought ahead and kept to lead for half a century.
lands and another Concorde sort of stacking up behind it. There must have been other the technological advances, just like the moon landing, I don't know, gave us Teflon, for example. There must have been things associated with Concorde.
Oh, absolutely many. And not least the worldwide prestige which it won for British aviation, British engineering. And there is no doubt that the spin-off effect of Concorde are almost immeasurable. For instance, Airbus would not have been formed had it not been for the cooperation between England and France in the construction of this aeroplane. Another thing we haven't mentioned, which is unique, is the thrust of power when Concorde accelerates from the cruising speed of a normal jumbo to supersonic speed, and you literally go back in your seat like that.
There she comes.
But this, of course, is absolutely the reverse process.
Lovely. She's such a gorgeous sight when she comes into land. She always reminds me of some swan touching down on a lake or something. It's such an elegant, long-necked, beautiful creature.
We haven't mentioned the drooped snoot, the famous
Lap of honour round the airport to come onto the stand. John, just tell me what you're thinking now.
I was actually thinking about the staff at Kennedy Airport, the British Airways staff, who will miss it madly. They were fantastic to us. In fact, the whole of the Port of New York Authority and the air traffic controllers at Kennedy Airport were treated Concorde with tremendous help and assistance and cooperation.
Tell me this, being a pilot on Concorde, were you treated as somehow something different? A cut above the rest almost? I mean, or that maybe other pilots felt a little chippiness because to fly that beautiful thing.
It wasn't us that were a cut above the rest, it was that aeroplane that was a cut above the rest. All we were the privileged pilots and flight engineers who were allowed to operate that aeroplane.
And did you feel that? Look, here it comes now.
I certainly did feel that.
And down she comes.
Just settling down. Lovely.
Puff of smoke from the wheels.
And then once that nose wheel touches down, that's when the reverse thrust and the carbon fibre brakes swing into action.
Aircraft to bring it back for what has been a relatively short period of time.
I'll tell you what I do think, very strongly indeed. I don't believe that British Airways should ever have grounded their Concordes.
And you can I think we can see the Union flag poking out of the window there.
Yes.
As possibly the most famous nose in the world. And just look at the people behind, the ground crew. They've probably all got other things they're meant to be getting on with. But the whole airport, I suspect, at Heathrow has come to a halt for these three Concordes.
Just to go back very briefly to what you were saying, if you cast your mind back, you'll remember that after that dreadful event at Paris, British Airways carried on operating their Concordes for about 3 weeks with a whole lot of very tight checks and procedures agreed with the Civil Aviation Authority. And it was eventually, I'm afraid, pressure mainly from France that it ended up with the grounding of the airplane.